Change your thoughts. Change your life. That statement might sound too simple, but it's not just a catchy phrase. It's one of the most powerful truths you'll ever hear. Because your thoughts are not background noise. They are not harmless. They are building the person you are becoming and the life you are living. Let me prove it to you. Think about someone who constantly repeats the thought, "I'll never succeed." What happens? They don't try as hard. They see opportunities but assume they'll fail, so they let them pass. They sabotage themselves because the thought of failure is already planted deep. And what do they get? Exactly what they thought. Now imagine someone else who repeats the thought, "I can learn, I can grow, I can figure things out." What happens? They approach challenges with curiosity instead of fear. They try again after setbacks. They attract people who see their confidence. And guess what? They succeed more often. Same world, same opportunities, different thoughts, different life. This is not magic. This is cause and effect. Science backs it up. Neuroscience tells us that our brains are like clay, moldable, changeable, capable of rewiring themselves through something called neuroplasticity. Every time you repeat a thought, your brain strengthens that pathway. Every time you focus on a belief, your brain makes it easier to access that belief next time. So if you've been repeating disempowering thoughts, don't be surprised when you feel disempowered. But here's the miracle. You can choose different ones. You can literally reprogram your brain to believe, behave, and become something new. Change your thoughts, and you change your life. But here's the challenge. Most people don't even realize what they're thinking. We live on autopilot. Studies say we think about 60,000 thoughts a day, and most of them are the same as yesterday. Which means if you don't get intentional, you'll just keep repeating the same story and the same results. So let's break this cycle right now. The first step is awareness. You've got to notice the story you're telling yourself. When something goes wrong, what's your first thought? Is it, "This always happens to me," or is it, "This is my chance to grow"? That difference will shape everything. The second step is choice. You don't have to believe every thought that pops in your head. Just because it shows up doesn't mean it's true. You get to choose which thoughts you keep. The third step is repetition. This is where the magic happens. You repeat the empowering thought over and over until it becomes your default setting, and then your actions, your habits, your results begin to change. Let me give you an example. There was a man named Jim who grew up poor. Everyone around him told him that money was evil, that success was for other people, not for people like him. He repeated those thoughts for years, and guess what? He stayed broke. Until one day, he decided to change the thought. He started saying, "Wealth is freedom. Wealth is a tool to help others. I can create value." At first, it felt fake, but he kept repeating it. He studied successful people. He changed his mindset. And within 10 years, he built a thriving business and donated millions to charity. Same man, different thoughts, different life. This is the power available to you. Maybe your thought has been, "I'm not confident." Change it to, "I am learning confidence." Maybe it's, "I've failed too many times." Change it to, "Every failure taught me something. I'm closer now." The thought doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be better. It has to point you forward. Now let me address something important. Some people hear this message and say, "So are you telling me all my problems are just in my head?" No. Problems are real. Struggles are real. Life can hit hard. But your power is in how you think about those problems. Because your thoughts determine whether a problem becomes a prison or a pathway. For example, two people lose their jobs. One thinks, "I'm worthless. I'll never recover." The other thinks, "This hurts, but it's a chance to reinvent myself." Guess which one finds new opportunities faster? The job loss was the same, the thought was the difference. This is why it's so important to guard your mind. Your mind is the gatekeeper of your future. Don't let just any thought move in and make itself at home. Here's something practical you can start doing today. Thought replacement journaling. Every night, write down one negative thought you had that day. Then write the positive replacement. For example, negative thought, I'm behind in life. Replacement, I'm on my own timeline, and I'm making progress every day. Do that consistently, and you'll start to feel lighter, more empowered. Another practical tool, visualization. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between vividly imagining something and actually doing it. So spend 5 minutes each morning picturing yourself succeeding. Imagine the confident version of you, the healthy version, the thriving version. When you see it in your mind, your brain starts to believe it's possible. And then your body, your actions, your habits begin to follow. Remember, it's not just about thinking positive for the sake of it. It's about creating alignment between your inner world and the life you want. Because you don't attract what you want, you attract what you believe. So let me ask you, what do you believe? What are you repeating daily? Because if you want a new life, you need new thoughts. And here's something powerful to remember. You've already done this before. Think about it. Every skill you've ever learned started with a thought. Maybe I can do this. Walking, reading, driving. Everyone began as an idea, and then you proved it true. So don't tell yourself you can't change. You've been changing your whole life. Let me close with this. Your thoughts are not random. They are creative. They are shaping you every moment, and you get to decide which ones to water, which ones to nurture, and which ones to let die. So from this day forward, make a commitment. Guard your thoughts. Choose them with intention. Repeat the ones that empower you, because if you do, your life will transform in ways you can't even imagine right now. Change your thoughts, and you will change your life. If this message moved you, I'd appreciate a like and follow this channel for more daily life empowerment. And leave a comment. What thought are you going to change today? Share in the comments. Ignite the conversation. Let's uplift each other.